Hello, my name is Bilal Yuwono from Philosophy Studies Faculty of Humanities, University of Indonesia, graduate year of 2021. In this change, I want to presenting my paper with the title Dark Jokes as Laser Reveal that creates segregation of at society according to Thomas Hobbes. The main question of my paper is how dark jokes are considered lesser evil that forms segregation in society. To interpret the condition of society more strictly, authors using Thomas Hobbes' point of view. With descriptive analysis, the author provides in-depth description and analysis of jokes, humor, and dark jokes. Understanding at how dark jokes can be directed at the interests of certain groups in society, this section will be studied in depth using monograph analytical description to obtain a critical analysis. Humans can be said to be equal in physical or mental terms. Even though there are differences in quality, physical difference can be easily resolved, such as using tools or working together with other individuals. While the difference in mental quality, equality can still be achieved because the main cause of difference is not caused by the capacity of the human brain, but the experience gained over time, where time itself is equally divided to every human in the world. Based on the concept of equality that can be achieved, there is hope to get the same results, and every human being has the ability to get something that is owned by the others. This condition is an absolute freedom that humans have. Absolute freedom at one time can be seen as absolute non-freedom. This is due to community limitation. This limitation causes the inability of each individual to get what they want. Commodity limitation generate traits in two forms. The first is active aggression. It's a trait that occurs when two or more individuals want and fight for the same thing, with the aim of getting something they want. The second is passive aggression. It's traits that occur to the owner of the commodity, where the commodity is desired by other individuals. These traits arise because expectation equality of ability to get something that is owned by others. Because of these two traits, individuals cannot stagnate and must continue to develop individual qualities to defend themselves and obtain commodities. Traits in the form of active or passive aggression have the potential to bring death, because in absolute freedom, there are no rules that bind each other, so that each individual is free to use any means to get what they want. Death is the greatest evil because it eliminates all opportunities that individuals have, so death must be avoided, even if it had to sacrifice everything as a form of lesser evil. Because by rejecting death, individuals can still live and continue to try to develop their qualities. To resist traits, individual needs to improve their quality. Because of absolute freedom, improvement is difficult because of passive aggression that restricts the individual to defining itself, and there's no time to develop oneself to the fullest. So each individual limits their absolute freedom as a form of lesser evil by forming a group, where absolute freedom would threaten other individuals in a group is limited and should not be carried out, so that individuals in the same group feel at peace and get time to develop themselves. Because the resulting peace is only felt by individuals in one group, they are still faced with external threats, because there is no binding agreement for individuals outside of the group. Therefore, the group must continue to develop their quality in an effort to defend itself from threats. For this reason, there needs to be specific effort to develop group qualities. To develop the quality of the group optimally, it's necessary to identify the parts that need to be improved, because exploitation can occur when there's unfair use of attribute owned by the others. Weak points are prone to be exploited because they provide significant suffering and risk of loss. That's why the group needs to eliminate weak point as preventive measure. Because groups are composite of various quality of individual, there is gap between the strongest and weakest individual in the group. This quality gap has potential as a weak point. Elimination of weak points can be done by equaling individual qualities, where they are increasing the quality of inferior individual until they are equal to the qualities of other individuals. In the process, there will be bias toward inferior individuals. Superior individuals perceive this bias as an injustice because for the superior, sacrificing the development of superior individual qualities for the sake of developing inferior individual is not form of laissez-faire. Because the equalization of the individual qualities will make up the group goes to things that are detrimental to superior individual, namely increased probability of superior individual being threatened when a conflict occurs, because there are no weak points to focus on for exploitation. Number 2, reduced probability of superior individuals to obtain commodities, because equality of inferior individuals leads to more intense competition. This decision actually constitutes a greater effect on superior individuals. Based on the natural condition of humans who want to avoid death, this creates a desire to disturb, and they make the quality of equality that has occurred as well as disrupt the process of equalizing individual quality with uncooperative action. Humor is able to establish and enforce relevant social norms by looking at what is considered low behavior. Segregation can be made using laughter. It's done by looking at something to show that stupid behavior is not accepted in society. In forming segregation, jokes ridicule the identity of inferior individual as foolish, with the aim of demeaning inferior individuals. The trick is to take the individual's partial identity that's different from the identity of other individuals, such as skin color or place of birth. The partial identity is emphasized continuously so that these differences are reconstructed into important differences that classify individuals. This identity is crucial because there are signs that want to be communicated. This sign has historical significance to the group concerned, to the stupidity committed by other individuals with the same particular identity, so that when individuals are seen based on their identity, there will always be additional stigma attached forcibly to individual identities beyond the biological and historical significance of the associated individual identity. As in America, where black is synonymous with slavery, even though slavery itself has been abolished years ago. Awareness of differences that are not accepted in society triggers individuals in groups to form segregation, because certain individual qualities are not accepted because considered low or foolish. Dark jokes is the cause of why we finding partial identity of individuals funny. When dark jokes are delivered, these jokes look at tragedies that are not accepted in society as a form of refusal to suffer from existing tragedies. At one time, people will lose relevance to dark jokes because of sadness for the tragedy that has passed away. But society has caught the witticism in the dark joke's object. When the partial identity of the object is used as a new jokes, new types of jokes emerge that have historical significance to tragedies that were previously looked at as dark jokes, such as ethnic jokes that discuss race, ethnicity, culture, or group stereotypes. Humor performers produce laughter because they find things different from their expectation, such as dark jokes that discuss tragedies that deviate from expectation of reality. In jokes of partial identity, even though it's defiant, the deviation is already considered a normal part of society because of the repetition of jokes that result in stigma, based on historical significance which is considered normal in society. By looking at partial identity as foolish, this forms a sense of solidarity and closeness of relationship in superior individual with non-inferior individuals. Cause ridiculing inferior individuals as belonging to superior subgroup is a lesser evil, given the possibility of getting help from the superior subgroup in obtaining commodities. This option is certainly better than the other two options,